urged the IGP Kayode Egbetokun and Rivers State Commissioner of Police Olatunde not to overlook this incident. So let's quickly take a listen to what he had to say.
The People's Democratic Party Rivers State chapter have observed with dismay the recent attacks on the venues of simplified movement in the state. If not nipped in the bud, can lead to unwarranted crisis in the state. No man, they say, has monopoly of violence, and therefore I want to use this medium to call on the Commissioner of Police, Tunde Disu, to immediately swift into action and not to sweep this matter under the carpet, because the party is surprised that ever since this incident occurred, no arrest has been made by the Nigerian police.
So he's saying, like I said, I'm not privy to this information, but he's saying with all certainty, and what my rules here on the show are, I'm going to say he's a legend that the police is yet to arrest anybody concerned in this matter. Now, Mr. Barra also called on Rivers people, civil society organizations, human rights groups, and international community to pressure the authorities to ensure that those responsible for the crime are arrested, investigated, and prosecuted. Recall that PDP members supporting Governor Siminalayi Fubara were attacked during a pro-Fubara event in Outer West and Etche local government areas. So what do you make of this? First of all, I do think, after listening to the statement by the former governor and SCT minister some weekends ago, I think that the APC and the PDP were forming a unit. I know I threw this question to Sidney Barra the last time I had a conversation. However, I still feel, oh my goodness, is this a prelude? Is this an intro to another episode of drama? Or should I say episodes of drama? Anyways, what is your take on that? That's my first big story. I couldn't help but include it to our list of big stories for today. But 20 minutes gone past the hour of 3, so I've got to run. And to my next big story. Oh my, I love this one a lot. It says, Tinubu criticises NLC, claims judging him in 9 months unacceptable. Now, I told you yesterday during open season, for those of you who listened, and see, it's good to listen up until open season, which is after the major news at 6, because we usually still have great conversations. Now, I told you during open season yesterday that this will make the front page, and goodness me, it's been one of the most talked about reports or newspaper headline or newspaper article for today. So the president yesterday, while he was commissioning the Lagos Red Rail Line, made mention of the NLC strike, and just like his aide, Ajuri Ngelale, he said, see, I don't get you guys, man. I really can understand it. What are you doing? There is a quote that he made. I'm just going to look for it where I started. He said, the labor has gone on strike 4 times within my 9 months in government. That's a record. However, they should join us to make Nigeria work as we are currently doing. Otherwise, if they want to be political, they should meet us in 2027. I see why I like this particular story. It's it gives me some level of I don't even know how best to describe it. But how are you judging this? Because you must have seen the report as well. The president is saying that the hardship will soon end. NLC should not be doing what they're doing. It is totally unacceptable. 9 months is not enough to judge. According to the Vanguard, I'm going to read a bit of the article on the Vanguard. It said Tinubu yesterday frowned at the protest called by the Nigeria Labour Congress, saying his administration cannot be judged after just 9 months in office. Now, the NLC, and about the 2-day protest, but they ended up doing one, and we later had that I think the federal government had threatened them, and that's why they had to call it off, and that for them, they had already passed the message, and they had already given an extra 7-day ultimatum to the 7-day ultimatum they had given earlier. So in 14 days or less than now, I think about 12 days' time, we would know what the next move by NLC will be. However, the president is saying, guys, you're sounding like a political party. You're acting like a political party. We're doing all that we can. I mean, it's not magic, but we're doing all that we can. But by the way, I don't know, you be the judge. I hear that a lot of people can afford the price of gas right now. Yesterday, you and we talked about the price of drugs. Of course, the president is looking at giving an executive order to curb the rise in the price of drugs in Nigeria. There's something else. People are I was listening to some radio station that were talking about River State students not being able to pay fees and all of that, how they're going through tough times. In Abuja, I hear people are now turning to charcoal and other means of cooking because they cannot afford what do you call it now, cooking gas. So the list is endless. I'm wondering if 9 months is enough to judge, given the plight of the Nigerian people. I wonder if 9 months is enough to judge. But the president says it's unacceptable. Don't do that again. I added that part. Don't mind me. But to the final big story. Let's see. Senate directs police to employ from all local governments in Nigeria. I mean, we've been looking at the works of the legislative arm in recent times, especially at the national level. And, some of the bills that they have been looking at, we've not been really okay with. But I'm wondering if you're okay with this one. Employ from all 774 local governments. At least 10 persons. I'll tell you more about this when I come back from the commercial.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Updates, and I bring you good news. Pep Stores has rebranded
Nigeria info. It is good to have you for this conversation. We're looking at the big three stories, and I've got really exciting big stories today. I don't know why I feel so, but I don't know if you feel it too. I really like the big stories today. It's touching me in places I cannot explain. Number one, the PDP in Rivers State have become very vocal, and they've asked the police to go after the people who perpetrated violence during a rally, Thanksgiving rally, in Outer West local government and Etche local government areas. Okay, and the second big story has got to do with Tinubu berating the protest embarked upon by the NLC, and he said it's unacceptable. If you want to be a political party, wait till 2027. Oh boy, my goodness. And number three, I was about telling you about number three big story, and it has to do with the Senate telling the Police Service Commission, I think it is time for you to obey the federal character as enshrined in the Constitution. All you have to do is a minimum of 10 persons from each LGA. Now, not from states anymore, from each LGA. At least 10 persons. I do know before now, of course, local governments were charging through the local government chairman were given the opportunity to bring people who would join the police or make it available for people who wanted to join the police. However, they're saying a minimum of 10 persons, nothing less than that. Do you think this will, because some of you have been complaining, there is no equality, is that the right word, in terms of ethnic representation in the police force, or basically in a lot of the security units, not just the police, the army, and a lot of you have complained. And it looks like your representatives have listened and they're debating on this, and they've given a directive to the Police Service Commission. Do you think this is a welcome development? Do you think it's achievable? I think that's where I should have started from. Do you think this is achievable? If you say it's achievable, do you think it's a welcome development? It's something that would see a lot of representation in terms of our security forces, and just maybe given that we're about to start state policing, or we are tinkering on state policing, then we might see a better police structure or architecture in Nigeria. But what do you make of this? I'd like to hear from you. It's time for me to open the phone lines. It's time for you and I to have a conversation. I've seen messages drop already. I've seen you and I. Okay. Someone is distracting me. Just give me a minute. Okay, yeah. So it's time for you to call in 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. There is the additional number 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. What is on your mind as it relates to the big stories for today? It's the Friday edition of Hard Facts, and it's my pleasure always having you on the other side of the radio. A lot of messages already, like I said earlier, so let's read some of them. Kalada, in my opinion, Joe Ajero and his NLC members have become powerless, and if they are not aware, the statement made by the president yesterday was an open mockery to them. NLC's leadership are not faithful to their words. They are all stomach infrastructure people. They have just been mocked by President Tinubu. Brightener from Wuji with that one. Someone is saying I should give you news of NPFL, please. I mean, that's supposed to be for... is that not a message from me? I'm wondering. But that's supposed to be for the sports team, right? I hear Pesero has decided to coach another African country, but that's not for me. I'm going to leave that for the sports team. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. The police should put the same vigor it is putting in the Bond Assembly complex on this attack on scene Supreme Court victory gathering in Etche to prove that they are not biased. Best in Port Harcourt. All right. This one says, good afternoon, St. Canada. From the body language of the Nigeria police, they are taking sides. You said true. They should do the needful and arrest those guys. Fubara from Port Harcourt. Fubara, thank you. He said the state publicity secretary should keep speaking out. All right, Fubara, thank you. This one says, good afternoon, my dear brother. It doesn't matter how high, I think you meant highly placed, those people may be. They should be arrested and questioned for us to know the reason behind their actions at Etche's Thanksgiving. Pastor Olushola wrote to me in Igbo Etche. The claim by Mr. Tinubu that it is unnecessary to judge him in 9 months is I think you meant aberration, right? It's an aberration you meant to say. Governor of Abia is transforming Abia, and they started the same day, week, and month. Nicholas Erasmus with that one. I mean, you can't compare Abia State to this is the entire Nigeria, right? But this one says, Chief K, good afternoon. The way Rivers State Police Command is taking the issues of attacks on PDP members is shameful. The attackers are not hidden. We saw their faces on the video, and they are shouting on Wike's mandate. We stand. Kelechi K. Onwebiko. In Nigeria, we say sometimes that what do you call it now? We say sometimes that the videos are doctored, so maybe the police are investigating. I'm not giving them excuse. I'm not making an excuse for them. I'm just telling you what we would usually hear, right? This one says, I used to be a staunch supporter of the current governor, but with the look of things, is not as golden governor as I thought. Governor Singh till date is busy celebrating his victory, while the state, I don't think I'm talking about this Escobar, that's not what I'm talking about. I've got Zion from Jare. Zion, I'll be with you shortly. Finally, let's see. This one says, going with Tinubu's response to the NLC strike, that man clearly sent a clear message in advance that NLC's demands cannot be met. Don't you think it is a hopeless situation? Anene from Abba. Anene, that's another way to look at it. Why are you judging me? Zion from GRA. Zion, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you, Zion. It's good to have you.
The Rivers PDP are just sounding like a pregnant woman that needs help to take her to maternity. If you have your fact that such have been committed, can't you petition the police? Can't you go to the police station and report for them to go arrest? Rather, you come on there talking, and members of those who are support of you have been treated, mishandled, properties burnt, just to come on radio and talk. Oh my goodness, that is not how a political party should behave. Now, the comment of Mr. President, although he said, let me throw a jab, but I want to look at this level that the president is not even in tune with what is going on.
Okay.
And there is a lesson he passed out. He said, you are not the only voice in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That is to tell you that there are voices that are not talking. Mr. President knows that NLC has a limit. People who occupied Nigeria before 2015 are not NLC members. These are Nigerians. Under an auspices they call occupied Nigeria, led by people. So can the National Association of Radio Callers occupy Nigeria? Can the National Association of Teachers, Association of Market Women, Association of people, I don't want to talk that.
All right. Thank you very much, Zion. Thank you very much for your time. I've got Godspar from Etche. Godspar, it's good to have you on the show. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon, Elder Godspar.
Yes, like the other question about the police recruitment, it will be a welcome development if it's followed to the latter. You know, all the time, they are not been doing it equally. I'm trying to be corrected because when my son attended the Navy training, there are some, I don't know how to put it, irregularities, people from no man's south and north, something like that. It's not equally distributed. Now, if it works, the welcome development, my share is whether they will follow it to the latter.
Okay.
Because Nigerians are not operating their dealings statements. Because if you go to Navy, they just rational, little to the south and more to the north. I'm not being biased. I'm saying from a point of view what I know.
All right.
So let it be like that. As I think for Navy, custom, and all of that, military personnel, they give for equal because all of us own Nigeria, and that is for that.
All right.
And our president saying, whether politically motivated or not, it's reality on ground. What is happening, what the labor is saying, whether labor is strong or not, they are not politically biased. They are saying what is happening. The heartbeat of Nigeria, and that's what I represented. For him to tell us that 9 months is not enough, I'm not a advocate of that. 9 months is not to judge him. What can he say he has achieved for the 9 months? Because you use the first steps, Elisa say, the step of that and you want to go throwing a stone. When we know the step, we know what is going to happen the next 2-3 years. Let him start something and he's talking tough and not doing anything. Nothing is on ground, nothing to write on my back. What have we seen? Politically.
All right.
Economically.
All right.
Another set of life.
All right.
What is it doing?
All right. Thank you very much, Godspar. All right. Thank you, Godspar. I've got to go. Mufasa from D-Line. Welcome, Mufasa. What's on your mind? Please tell me.
Yeah, hi, hello there. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Well, I want to adumbrate on the position of the spokesperson of PDP Mr. Sidney Barra, I want to commend him because he has been speaking against injustice.
Okay.
And you see, Andrew, I think one of the greatest elements that allows for evil to prevail in a society is if the system allows it. If people don't get punished, if we don't see consequences for wrong behavior, it simply means that the system is okay with what is going on. Now, it didn't just start in Etche. You know when Honorable Darlington Orji, his residence was attacked.
Okay, yeah.
Names were mentioned, and up to this moment, the River State Police Command has barely done anything to the people that did that thing. Then, in the outer west, similar thing happened, and nothing has been done to track down those people that committed that crime, and the necessary punishment meted out. Then you saw what happened in Etche. These people were so emboldened to the extent that they even recorded the act. It simply means they know that they will do what they did and they will get away with it. And for me, that is very, very disturbing.
All right.
You know what it means to be committing that kind of crime against humanity, and you still went ahead to record it. Of course, they know that the video will leak, and they'll get scot-free. For me, I think the River State Police Command should hack into what the spokesperson for the PDP has said, unless they want to tell us today that they are okay with such an act. And the consequences of such actions, people would want to resort to self-help. And if people want to do that, it will be chaotic. And I'm sure you and I don't want that to happen.
All right, then.
Well, having said that, the president said 9 months is too early for the NSC to protest against his leadership. And in 2012, January, Goodluck Jonathan was barely 8 months in office. Okay. And this president today led a protest against a policy that at that time they saw that it was anti-people. As I said, it wasn't too early for Nigerians to come out to protest. I want to look at it from the angle of...
Okay. Summarize, please. Summarize, please.
Okay, conclusively, I want to advise our president that he shouldn't come out and start responding to people coming out legitimately to protest against bad government.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much, Mufasa Dakuku from Etche. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Dakuku from Apokete.
Apokete, welcome.
So let me talk about the issue of PDP saying that those cause a crisis in other ways in Etche should be arrested. First of all, what PDP is supposed to do, the one they found that it's not a table. They know him as a chief of staff, and they know him. PDP have to suspend this action from PDP, not to be a member of PDP. That's the first thing they're supposed to do. In another way, before they be able to arrest him, they know where he is. That's why police are bad. Police supposed to arrest this guy physically now. Where did he go? Did he travel outside the country? Police supposed to arrest him just now they arrest him. But they are quiet. If it's another person, they're able to go. Is it anybody that is above the law?
Okay.
They're supposed to arrest him. Secondly, I'm now supposed to remove us. I'm blaming the chief, chief in the day. They're supposed to remove that as a chief. Because it's a chamber one for Lapo. They're supposed to remove from the chief. It's not supposed to be chief. I was waiting for them to announce. This guy has been removed as a chief. The chief that is supposed to remove from him. Chief. But none of them. That's why I'm blaming all these chiefs. All these classes are similar happening in the church. All of them are involved.
Okay.
When the Royal Highness, chief in the church, that's what that was. They're supposed to, and now they're supposed to be removed as the chief.
All right.
One of them,
all right.
Nothing's happening.
All right, Dakuku.
Thank you.
Dakuku, thank you very much. But do you think Dakuku has an argument? I mean, the PDP has come out to speak. I think it's time for me to start reading messages. A lot of messages here. But I mean, the PDP has come out to speak. And they have not done anything because it is believed that some of these people belong, to the party, the People's Democratic Party. I've got Obed from Port Harcourt. Obed, welcome. What's on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yes, Canada. I am disappointed with the words of Mr. President.
Okay.
I must tell you, I am truly disappointed.
Okay.
I expect that the president would have at least use that medium to be able to explain to Nigeria the steps they are taking to be able to forestall the suffering of Nigeria. Other than the president went and picked on labor leaders who have the constitutional right to be able to protest and express their displeasure. You understand? I am disappointed. Now he talk about 9 months. How much has he collected in 9 months?
Obed, can I take you back to a conversation where you?
I'm telling you, yes.
Can I take you back to a conversation where you almost beat me because I told you, I asked you, what is the implication? What is the result, or what would be the result of the protest? And you almost beat me up. I think that was on Monday, yeah? Was it on Tuesday? I can't remember. You almost beat me up. But look at what the president is. I mean, he's not the first person who said it. His aide had said it, and now he has also said it. So it means that is the way the presidency currently is thinking, that these guys are just wasting their time.
Canada, it doesn't matter what the president thinks. It's not what the major thing here. What's obtainable here is the ground norm, which is the constitution that guarantees freedom of association. You understand? So I've told you that day. If I'm hungry or I go to market, I see the price of things is not going down. I have the right to come out road and tell the whole world that, look, what is the leader doing? And that is exactly what NLC is doing. So I ask question again. How much have Tinubu collected all through the 9 months? What problem, pension one problem, have Tinubu solved? Other than what we are hearing is policies that is not going that way with treatment of everything. Right now, we have to do police clearance every year of our sisters. You cannot do that. So this is what you have seen so far on this administration. Some people are playing.
Obed.
Is to come out and try to defend or talk against the labor leader. It doesn't matter what he thinks. You understand? Let him tell us the deliberate policy they have taken to be able to push in the effect of the suffering of Nigeria. That's what I am.
All right. Thank you very much, Obed. I couldn't hear some of the things you were trying to say because the network was scrambling. But let's see. Anene was the last message I read. This one says the president and the presidency always assured the Nigerians the hardship will soon be over, but no one is telling us how it's going to end. Will petrol go back to 189 naira? Dollars back to 400 naira? Import duties back to where he met it? Indomie back to 3,500? Please let them leave us alone. SDRI with that one. And by the way, the Minister of Information yesterday again, Thursday, said that Nigerians should be patient, that things will be better. I said that at an event marking the 50th anniversary of Punch newspaper. So he said, Nigerians, be patient. I'm telling you again, be patient. The call to prosecute those who cause violence in Etche during the Sim Vanguard Thanksgiving is a welcome one, as it will serve as a deterrent to others planning such action. Woike Odinaka. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. Concerning the political crisis in Rivers State, Rivers people should hold the presidents responsible. Those fighting and distracting for us administration have no single powers to do such if the presidency and police are not behind them. It happened to former Governor Mechi. Jumbo Arila is my name, you said. All right, let's see this one. It is crystal clear the stance of the police in Rivers State, corruption and extortion, yet they will not do the needful. We are watching Ezekiel Isaiah. Ezekiel, that's an allegation. Yes, we know we have people from the police force who have been reported to have committed crimes of extortion, but we can't say the entire police is corrupt, right? On Facebook, remember we're live, Nigeria Info PH. We're live on YouTube as well, active on X, Nigeria Info PH as well. Ferebo Okpakarite says, Senate saying police must recruit a minimum of 10 persons per LGA is laughable and seems to me like a scam or Ponzi scheme after issuing forms in millions. If police were to recruit just 10 persons per LGA, why wasting the time of Nigerians going through the rigorous process of the police recruitment? Now you, I think, misconstrued what I said. I said minimum. It means that you can employ as many, but a minimum of 10 persons from each local government. So if you're going to have 40,000 from Obiapo and 30,000 from Asari Toro local government, there's nothing wrong, but a minimum of 10. That's what they're saying, from the various local governments. Thank God Ability Atuebu says a 9-month-old baby has started growing teeth. Okay. Bright Noyelo says Rivers PDP demands arrest of those behind Etche rally attack. Did I hear you say PDP? Whatsoever a man sows, that he will also reap. When we see something wrong, we should condemn it completely and not praise and support evil. When former Governor Wike appointed special advisor on polling units to disrupt and destroy, I think that's an allegation, right? But you said the PDP members were jubilating and praising for the disruption. Today is your time to reap what they sowed. Chika Kevin says, greetings to you, Canada. A happy new month. Wishes to the Nigerian for family. On you mentioning the 48 hours part, that's not yet my conversation. I said we will talk about it. All right, like I said, we'll talk about that. It's not yet time for us to talk about it. There's someone who also sent me a message telling me or helping me with the word or the phrase I was looking for. And I was talking at the time and wondering if the people invited by the police have honored. Yeah, honor was the word I was looking for. Let's read some more messages. Lady V says President Tinubu is not serious and did not also know what he's saying. If he does, he should have apologized to NLC and Nigerians and know that no reasonable person will get to the road protesting when there is a reasonable government doing what is right. Because he knows Nigerians have lost hope in NLC. That's why he said they were sponsored and will have the conscience to respond like someone who has nothing serious to do. It is a pity for Police Commissioner Tunji Disu. Hope he knows what he's doing in Rivers State, that he's not being one-sided. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. It should bring the perpetrators to book. Okay? I'm reading this one. It says, good afternoon, Kay. The comment credited to Mr. President is hasty, unnecessary, and unfortunate. And this is coming from Mr. Bright from Port Harcourt. This one says, good afternoon, Mr. Carl. My name is Frank from Owerri. Please, why is President Tinubu complaining about the time he has been in government? He told us is Emelokun, he can do the job, so why is he complaining now? For me, Tinubu has no positive plan for Nigeria. Thanks. And this one says, Senate directs police to employ from all LGAs. I think Senate is right in this. Senate is right in this. NLC became powerless since APC took over the leadership of this country. Lastly, PDP police will not arrest anybody. This is Nigeria, where anything goes. Anna, thank you very much. It's been a while. I saw messages from you. But I've got Obi now from Irebe. I'm quickly going to take this and read some more messages. Obi, welcome.
The man of the people, Canada, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
You see, I think it is very, very unfortunate, the posture of the president on the NLC issue. In 100 years, people will fail. But you can remember, before the president was inaugurated, he was the one that told us that whenever he comes to office, he will hit the ground running. Then why is he now asking us that 9 months is too small, that this and that and the other things? I think our leaders should learn how to be responsible. You are hustling from Maiduguri to Kano to Enugu to Rivers State, everywhere, asking people to vote you that you know what to do. Now people have voted you and you are inside here and you are telling us stories. This is not acceptable, Canada. I personally will not accept it. I think what the president has to do is just to do as he promised us, to hit the ground running.
Okay.
And Nigerians will keep start seeing the dividends of his hitting the ground running.
Okay.
If not,
all right,
let him, sack himself by himself.
All right. Thank you very much, Obina. Opando Obina. Thank you very much. Let's move on now. Let's look at some more messages. Let's see. You've got a couple of them. Greetings, Mr. Kalada Korubatabo. PDP in Rivers State demanding the arrest and prosecution of those behind the destruction of Thanksgiving Simplified rally in Etche and Outer West LGAs. This is quite unfortunate, and to stop and let Nigeria police track down those involved in the destruction and bring them to book. This will serve as deterrence to others who want to attack Clinton West. Kelechi K, the president, has failed with his correct comment on NLC. If 9 months is too short for Nigerians to expect good things from government, things should remain the way it was when he took over, then getting worse than the way he met it. It shows incompetence as a leader. Kelechi K. Omibiko. But they say sometimes things would have to, grow worse, or things will have to get worse before they get better. Motivational speakers would always say that, right? But this one says the NLC jab yesterday. I do not understand that correlation of NLC and politics. Again, if you say that NLC are not the mouthpiece of the Nigerian masses, which group then are they the mouthpiece? So which group then are they the mouthpiece of Nigerian masses? Now, the main Nigerian masses mouthpiece is NLC, but if anyone says it is not NLC, then is it the so-called TUC and those other groups like NANS? He said that was the one that surprised you the most, that chickened out from exercising their constitutional right. Is that a mouthpiece of the Nigerian masses, you're asking? He said, you guys have been told that 9 months is too small to judge. We're going to wait till by 2-3 months on how we believe the talk could know how far then. Minister telling them, those that are still, I think I've got a commercial, so when I come back, I'll read the remaining part of your message.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Updates and I bring you